Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, everyone. Okay, so as you know that this is going to be a discussion session for the bus that we have today. So the first part and the second part will be presented, will be discussed with Puan Syariffah, and then the third part will be by me, and then the fourth and fifth part will be with Mr. Helmi. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to pass this on to Puan Syariffah to start the discussion.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning. This is my first time doing this, so I'm quite nervous. All right, so I hope you guys are ready. I do prefer to actually hear your voice, but please let me know if I have any question. If I ask you any question, please just type your answers or whatever that the response that I'm asking you. Awesome. Thank you, Baiya, for responding on the chat box. All right, so we're going to start with part 1. Are you all ready? Ready? Okay, so I'm just going to... All right, so for part 1, there are 8 questions. Okay, so this part is the MCQ questions, right, where they're going to give you some stimulus, and then you're going to choose the best answer. Right, for question 1. The purpose of the advertisement is... All right, so let's see. What are the possible answers? So what's your answer? I want to see what's your answer. Please type in your answer in the chat box. I'm waiting. Okay, Najha CC. All right, C. Kuvina CA. Atika CC. Putra CC. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer. The answer is actually C. C is correct. It is to get more people to open savings accounts for their children. Okay, because if you look at the information in the box, okay, the second paragraph, we say that we at the Chartered Bank want to encourage the savings habit among the younger generation. Open a children's saving account with a first time deposit of only 10 ringgit to get this coin box and let your children enjoy saving their money. It is to encourage people to open saving accounts for the children. Alright, okay, let's take a look at question number 2. The National Mathematics Challenge. Registration now open. Which statement is true about the National Mathematics Challenge? What's your answer? Still waiting. Azira CC, Zulfa Izi CC. Amira CC. Another Amira CC. Nurin CC. Your answer is correct. The answer is C. Now let's take a look at question 3. This is about a customer notice. Okay, which of the following is true about the notice? Okay, for this one, I'm just going to give you the answer. Okay, the answer is A. The owner of the store is also a pottery artist. Right, now moving on to question 4. Petronis Play Park. Number 4, which of the following is true? Okay, so this is about a school holiday voucher. All right, it's about a play park. A, the tickets can only be purchased in May using the voucher code. B, the voucher can be used by everyone, including foreign tourists. C, the discount is available to local citizens buying at least 5 tickets. Now tell me what's your answer for question 4. Usani say A. Anano say C. Nazira say C. Nasrin say C. Alright. Mukarabin say C. Okay, the answer is C. C is correct. Moving on. Moving on to question 5. Attention all students. Excuse me for a while. All right, now moving on to exercise 5. Exercise 5, question number 5. The notice to the student says that, number 5, what's your answer? Lemak nasi, say C. Who is lemak nasi? Fatin say C. Fatin, you wearing a mask? Damia say C. Nasha Zira say C. Sarah Shazmina say B. Alia Maisara say B. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, for this question, many of you are divided. Okay, let's take a look at the question. Do you have what it takes to make your own robot? How fast can your robot move? Join us in a DIY robot race. My racing robot. When? 3rd July, 7:30 a.m. Certificates will be given to all participants and the top 3 will be awarded cash prizes. Compulsory robotics training camp for registered participants. Camp dates are pending information. Interested? See Karen of 5 Mawa after lunch break. Okay, so the question is asking the notice to students says that, okay, A, students can register as a pair or a group. Does it say that? What do you think? A, students can register as a pair or a group. Is it stated in the question? Answer yes or no. Answer yes or no. Okay, no. All right, no. Yes, that is correct. So we can eliminate option A as of right now. Okay, so A is definitely not the answer. B, the training camp dates have yet to be determined. Okay, so let's take a look. Right? So here we have compulsory robotic training camp for registered participants. Camp dates pending information. Okay, before that, let's take a look at option C. Anyone interested in joining the race should speak to their class monitor. Now, who do you should be speaking to? It says that interested, see Karen of 5 Mawa after lunch break. Now, is Karen of 5 Mawa your class monitor? We don't know that. Okay, so that is not necessarily the case. Karen of 5 Mawa is Karen from 5 Mawa. So you are not all the students are in 5 Mawa, right? This is open to all students. So the answer is also definitely not C. Okay, because it does not state that you should talk to your class monitor. You should talk to Karen of 5 Mawa. Now B, the training camp dates have yet to be determined. Okay, you look at the last 2 sentences. Camp dates are pending information. Pending means yet to be decided. Belum dikonfirmkan lagi. So the correct answer is actually B. Right, now let's take a look at question 6. Which of the following statements is true? Charlie's mother is, sorry, wait. Okay, let's look at the question. Charlie, did you phone the plumber? Yes, mom, I gave him a call 2 hours ago. Could you please ring him again because there's too much water being wasted. None of us know how to fix this burst pipe. Okay, la 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 la. I think you can read yourself. 6. What is your answer? Tell me what's your answer. Okay, Kavina said B. Amira said B. Fatih Malin said B. Amir Sidik said B. Anyone else? Danish also said B. Okay, good job everyone. The answer is B. Good job, Haris. All right, now moving on to question 7. All right. So this is an advertisement to find a worker. Which of the following statements is true? This is for a job of a telemarketer. What's your answer? Number 7. Amma said B. Uma said B. Kuvina said C. Farisha said C. Anano said C. Okay, let's see. All right. I say majority said C, but there are a few of you who said B. Okay, let's take a look. We are a growing international online shopping company in China, and we are now opening in Malaysia. We have 10 positions available, and all interviews will be done online. Okay, requirement, a minimum of 3 credits in the SPM examination, including Bahasa Melayu and English, basic computer skills, stable internet connection. No experience necessary. This is an excellent opportunity to join a company that allows you the freedom to work from home. Send your CV to la 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 la, closing date 31st December. Now let's take a look at A. Only those with good computer skills will be interviewed online. Is that true? It's not true, okay, because it is stated that you only need basic computer skills. Now how about B? 10 successful candidates will be based in the office. Okay, now it is open. There are 10 positions available. Okay, and then this job is a job that allow you to work from home, so you will not be based in the office. The correct answer is C. School leavers can apply for the positions, okay, because there is no experience necessary. Now moving on to the last question of part 1, which is question 8. Which of the following statements is true? Now tell me what's your answer. Kombinasi A. Johan say A. Amira say A. Musab say A. Amira Wafia say A. Fatin Amal say A. Alright, good job everyone. Alif Nazhan also say A. The correct answer is A. Good job. Okay, now we are moving on to part 2. Questions 9 to 8. Okay, so this is what you should expect for your SPM examination. This is the new format. Okay, it doesn't necessarily very different from the previous format for paper 1. Okay, this part is the closed passage part. Okay, basically you have to read a text and choose the best word for each space. Okay, so when you are doing this closed passage, the first tip that you need to look at is you need to look at the text. Okay, look at the text and look at what is the tense being used in the text. Is it present tense? Is it past tense? Okay, so that will give you a better idea of how you're supposed to answer the question. All right. However, this one is more on vocabulary, not so much on the grammar. Okay, so but that might differ for other practices. Right now, let's take a look at this one. The abacus. What's an abacus in Bahasa Melayu? Can you type in the chat box? Tell me what's an abacus in Bahasa Melayu. Nobody knows what's an abacus. Bahasa Melayu also called abacus. No, there's another word. Abacus. I don't think you know this. Why don't you know this? Oh, it's not a big. It's called, I don't know, maybe this is just old people would know. It's called sempua. Sempua. SEMPOA. Yes. Yes, Akil. I'm glad somebody knows. All right, now moving on to the text. Okay, an abacus is a calculating device that was first used in ancient Babylon. It was a very useful calculation tool that played an important role in trade and commerce. It is the ancestor of the modern calculating machine. Okay, what's your answer? For question number 9, what's your answer? B. Anis Amila said B. Arif said B. Alia Maisara said B. Nur Nazira Afika said B. Everybody say B. Sharon Najah said D. Zahira said D. Okay. So it's divided between B and D. Okay, let's take a look at the sentence. Again. It is the ancestor of the modern calculating machine. Okay, modern calculating machine means it's a calculator lah. So the modern calculating machine is called a calculator. Okay, and then what is the word that we should put here? The computer. Do you understand? It's very hard because I cannot see your face. I don't know whether you understand or not. It is the ancestor of the modern calculating machine, which is the calculator. The answer is D. And the computer. Okay, ia adalah datuk nenek calculator dan juga komputer. Okay? Alright. I hope you understand. Okay, number 10. The what abacus was most likely a board or slab made of stone. Okay, what's your answer for number 10? Anis Amila say C. Namia say C. Siti Haida say C. Johan say C. Haziq Iqmal say C. Okay, that is correct. Akif Najwan say C. Correct, everyone. Good job. The answer is C, earliest. Now, number 11. Okay, its users probably spread sand on its. What's your answer? Zahira said D. Johan said D. Shafiq said D. Baiyah said D. Afifah said D. Wadina said D. Anyone else? Razin Jamal said D. Good job. That is the correct answer. The answer is D, surface. Moving on to question 12. The word abacus probably comes from the Greek word abakos. What means a piece of rectangular board? Okay. Number 12. The answer is D, which. Which means a piece of rectangular board. It's all very different from the modern day abacus. That is number 13. What's your answer? This is very easy. Nashazira said D. Nazira said D. Number 13 Amira said D. Husaini said A. Danish said A. Haziq Iqmal said A. Anyone else? Mukarrabin said A. Amy said A. Alright, Johan said A. Okay, I would say majority say A. Some people say D. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, number 12. Number 13, sorry. It's all very different from the modern day abacus. That is, okay, we're talking about the makeup of the abacus itself. Okay, in the past, it used a board, like a piece of wood that is of a rectangular shape. However, now, the modern day abacus now is made from plastic or wood. Okay, diperbuat daripada plastik ataupun kayu. The correct answer is actually A, made from. Number 14. Okay, excuse me for a while. It's very dark here. It's raining heavily in Bandar Penawar. Number 14. As the abacus slowly became something used only for counting, its design changed. And number 14, what's your answer? Sarah Shazwina says C. Nurin says C. Haziq Ikmal says C. Razin Jamal says C. Adam said C. Okay, I think we're just going to go very quickly because it's already 9:25. I'm going to give you the answer straight away so we don't waste too much time because we still have so many other parts to discuss. Right. Number 14, the answer is C. Okay, C. Congratulations, everyone who got it correct. Number 15. 15, the answer is B, boy. Number 16, the answer is D, donkey. Number 17, the answer is C, okay, used. And number 18, the answer is A, right? Okay, that is all from me for part 3. We're going to go to Ms Q to give you the answers. All right, Ms Q, please take it away. Q, you are on mute. I cannot hear.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Syariffah, for reminding me that I'm on mute, and thank you for that part 1 and part 2. All right, so for this part, I need you to be on that page that you are for reading comprehension. Okay, so before that, let me share my screen first, if I can share it. Okay, this is what we call a very common exercise that you have always seen in your exercise lah. Okay, so this is a reading comprehension. You do this all the time in class, but perhaps you might not know the kind of like specific techniques on how to go about the questions. Okay, so for this part of the question, I mean, although it's straightforward, it's A, B, C, and D. It's I think it's worth to notice that the texts are really long. I mean, it is at your level, but it is important for you to be able to look at the text in chunks rather than looking at it as a whole when you first look at the text. Because if you look at it as a whole, there's this thing about being what we call anxious when looking at lots of words in the same page. Okay, so please refrain yourself from feeling anxious and then try to tackle the questions one at a time. Okay, so what I would do is first is that I think that your teacher would probably have already reminded you this. You need to be able to look at the questions first. Okay, you look at the questions from 19 to 26 first. Look at the question, go through all the questions first, and then look at all the options, and then you go back to the question 19, and then you go back to the text. Okay, the key is to look at the questions first and then look at the text and try to find answers that way. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's look at the next question. Okay, in paragraph 1, why does the writer use the phrase "not a bed of roses"? Okay, what does a bed of roses meant? If you know the answer, can you please share your answer on the live chat section? Because this is quite a common idiom, okay, for you. A bed of roses, what does it mean? Before I share to you lah. Okay, what do you mean? What do you think it means? Not a bed of roses. Okay, Kuvina said a very comfortable situation. Afifa Aida said an easy situation. Okay, yeah, those are very, okay, we've got comfortable. Okay, you're there. Okay, so a bed of roses means that it's an easy situation. So in paragraph 1, why does the writer use the phrase "not a bed of roses," meaning that it is not a comfortable situation? Okay, why is it not a comfortable situation for the writer? Okay, type in your answer on the live chat section now so that I can check whether you really answered the questions correctly. Okay, what's the answer for question 19? Okay, answer for question 19. Okay, let's see. Azam said A, Johan said A, Akif Najwan said A. Okay, most of you, it's quite unanimous, most of you answered A. Let's check if that's the correct answer. Yes, that is the correct answer. He realized that the teacher's job is not easy. So it means that it's not really a comfortable position being a teacher. Okay, let's look at how are you going to find the answer. Okay, in paragraph 1, okay, you need to underline not a bed of roses. Okay, meaning that it's not comfortable. You need to know the meaning of the idiom first before you can actually find the answers. So what I would do first is that find the phrase first, not a bed of roses, and then try to look answers right after that. Okay, so her bed of roses, her idea of bed of roses as a teacher is like when she a fond memory of her childhood. Okay, so instructing my cousins to write down words or written on a portable whiteboard means that her idea of being a teacher is just that, but it's actually quite far from the truth if you read the passage. Okay, let's look at the next question. Okay, in paragraph 2, what does the writer say about his family? Okay, right. What's the answer for this one? Paragraph 2. What does the writer say about his family? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, Hassan said A. Edinas Gorabin said A. Zahira said A. Okay. Edina Mastura said A. Okay, let's look at the answer. Okay, the answer is definitely A. They all had careers in the same field. Okay, how do we find that answer in that passage? Okay, so in paragraph 2, what does the writer say about his family? So the emphasis in this question is his family. So you need to look for the words that are connected to or that are explaining the word family. So in this case, it's actually my grandfather. Okay, my grandfather had been a school principal before he retired, and my parents were both good English language teachers. Okay, so that's how you find answers for that question. All right, let's move on to the next question. In paragraph 3, what had the writer hoped to achieve? Okay, what had the writer hoped to achieve? Okay, so share your answer for question 21. Okay, question 21, the answer. Okay, D. Got D. Nashazira said D. Laila said D. Sharon said D. Okay. Izazrin said D. Okay, let's look at the answer. Okay, the answer is actually C. Okay, so let's look at the question. All right, in paragraph 3, what had the writer hoped to achieve? Okay, he wanted to teach the student life skills such as farming, or he wanted to find out where the students had disappeared to. Um, he wanted to assess all the students' reading and writing levels. Okay, let's look at how did I find C as the answer. Okay, let's look at the paragraph. Okay, in paragraph 3, I hope this is big enough for you. If it's not, you can screenshot the screen and then you can look back and enlarge it. Okay, so in paragraph 3, what had the writer hoped to achieve? Okay, so the key word for this question is hoped. Okay, so I think you can find the word hoped towards the end of the paragraph. Okay, let's see if I can find any word that's related to hope. There it is. Okay, it felt as if my hopes. Okay, so those are the things that you need to watch out for when you are answering this kind of question. Okay, so you need to find all the relation or even the slightest bit of connection between the question and the answer and the text to help you find the answer. Okay, so hoped means that harapan yang dia nak capai. So it felt as if my hopes of breaking school and even the district record. Okay, so meaning that is her hope. She wanted to break school and even the district record. What record? It's actually the performance level of her students. So that's this in this paragraph. This teacher is quite ambitious. I mean, she came from a very solid background of educationists. Grandpa is used to be a principal. The parents a very good English teacher. So he has this idea of what kind of teacher that he wanted to be. But then when he was posted to this rural school, he faced this challenge that makes his ambition might go into waste lah. Okay, so that's the hope that this writer has in this paragraph. Okay, right. So let's look at the next question. Okay, 22, question 22. In paragraph 4, what was the proof that the writer wanted to give up? Okay, wanted to give up. Okay, right. Share your answers first before we discuss the answer. Okay, question 22. Type in your answer on the live chat section. Okay, is it A, B, C, or D? What was the proof that the writer wanted to give up? Okay, let's see. We've got B. Okay, Afifah Madi has said B. Sarah Shazuna is B. Sorry, D. This one is B. And Farisha is B. Okay, so let's look at the question again. Okay, in paragraph 4, what was the proof that the writer wanted to give up? And the answer is B. Okay, he thought of leaving the school and moving back to the city. Okay, all right, let's look at the text on how can you find the answer. Okay, the key word for for this question is wanted to give up. Okay, can you find any words or any phrases that tells you the writer wanting to give up? Okay, let's look at the paragraph. You can look at the idiom of throw in the towel. Throw in the towel means that you are ready to give up. Okay, that's what the idiom means. And also the word quit teaching. Okay, so quit means that you want to stop teaching. So that was the clue that you need to see when you try to find out the answer. So because the answer said he thought of leaving the school and moving back to the city. Okay, so should I throw in the towel and quit teaching in this government school? Okay, in this rural area, and apply for a job in a city school where I could put everything I had learned into practice. Okay, so that was the proof that this writer wanted to give up. Okay, right, let's move on to the next one. Question 23. What did the writer feel when his student came to see him? Okay, what did the writer feel when his student came to see him? Okay, is it A, he was curious about her reason for seeing him, and B, he felt angry when the student for interrupting his thoughts. C, he was discouraged that her reading and writing skills were so weak, and D, he felt ashamed of himself for wanting to run away from his problems. Okay, share your answers on the live chat section. Okay. Okay, most of you answered D. Let's see if that is the correct one. Very good. All right, you've got it right for this one. It's quite straightforward. Okay, so the clue for this question is that what does the writer feel? Apakah perasaan dia lah? So can you find any words that's connected to the word feel? So you can find I felt ashamed. Okay, that is a clear answer for this question. Okay, I felt ashamed. This young student was reaching out to ask a little help from me. Okay, question 24. What effect did his student's request have on him? What effect did his student's request have on him? All right, question 24. Can you share your answer in the live chat section? What do you think is the answer for number 24? Okay. Okay, let's see. We've got B here. B. Okay, 24 is B. Okay, let's see if that is the correct answer. Heidi said B as well. Okay, Shafiq said B. Okay, let's see. Very good. All right, for 24, what effect did his student's request have on him is it motivated him to find a way to help children like her. Okay, so how can you find the answer? Answer can be found from the clue of the question. What effect did his student's request? Apa kesan lah permintaan pelajar ni kepada dia lah. So the effect was he vowed to make a difference to her life. Okay, some sort of promise, okay, to bring change in her life and other children who did not come to school. Okay, question 25. How does the writer feel about his students in the second last paragraph? How does the writer, again, talking about the writer's feeling, okay? How does the writer feel about his students in the second last paragraph? Okay, question 25. Your answer, please, in the live chat section. How does the writer feel about his students in the second last paragraph? Okay, we've got D. Okay, let's see if that is the correct one. Very good. Okay, the answer is D. He is happy that they are progressing in their studies. Okay, so how can you find D for this question? Again, this is quite small. Please bear with me. Okay, how does the writer feel about his students in the second last paragraph? Again, the key is feeling. Okay, so that's this thing about your level of reading. For your level, you are expected to be at B2 at least. Okay, so for to be at B2 level, you are able to understand or even gauge the feeling of the writer when or attitude when you are reading a text. Okay, so you're going beyond literal meaning. You're moving towards inferred meaning, meanings that things that are not being specifically or clearly mentioned in the text. Okay, so be extra careful with that. Okay, then the keyword is feel here, and as you can see there, the keyword is very small. That I felt they were on the right track at last. Okay, so why were they on the right track? Because their language proficiencies started improving. Okay. And the last question, what is the purpose of the writer writing this article? Okay, what is the purpose of the writer writing this article? Okay, you've got A, B, C, and D. Please share your answer in the live chat section. While you're sharing your answer, I would like to remind you that when you have met with this kind of question, what is the purpose? What does this text actually talks about? Okay, so when they ask you the purpose or they're asking what is it about, they're asking for main idea. Okay, so when they are asking for main idea, it's very wise of you if you can dissect each paragraph of the text. For instance, paragraph 1, what is it that the writer is talking about? Paragraph 2, okay, what's the writer is talking about, and so on. So how to find the answer is that what is it that the writer has repeatedly been saying in the text. For instance, if that writer has been complaining on and on and on about the career of a journey of his teaching life or teaching career, perhaps that is the main purpose of the article. All right, let me look at your answer in the live chat section. Okay, all right, most of you answered B. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see if that's the correct one. Very good. Okay, so 26 is B, to recall how he almost gave up his career at first. Like I mentioned just now, that is the most talked matter in the text. Okay, so let's look at A. A, to share precious memories of his family. That is in paragraph 2 and paragraph 8. Paragraph 2, when he talks about how he came from a strong educationist background, and how in paragraph 8, the grandpa would probably be proud of him for having the same principal office as his. Okay, let's look at C. To advise teachers on strategies that keep students in school. That is only in paragraph 7. And to show why the children eventually succeeded in learning English, also in paragraph 7, when he uses all these strategies. But for B, you can find him talking about how he wanted to give up repeatedly in paragraph 3, 4, and 6. So if you can see in those paragraphs, you can see that there's a repetition of content when it comes to trying to find the purpose of the writing by the writer lah. Okay, so I hope that from this session you know how to find answers when it comes to main idea or even specific details. Okay, I think that I should pass this session to Mr. Helmi. Oh, a quick reminder. If you've got any question, any general questions about paper 1, you can straight away shoot them in the comment section, the live chat section, and I'll take note of that and we can address it by the end of the session. Okay, I'm going to remove my screen and over to you, Mr. Helmi.
The next part, basically, uh, several passage with missing sentences, 6 of them. Okay, the clue to tackling this type of question is for you to look at the sentences usually before and after the empty space. Okay, for example, in 27 here, okay, look at the sentence before it and the sentence after it. Okay, usually a sentence is related to each other in a passage like this. Okay, when you are writing in a passage or in a paragraph, the sentence will always link to each other. Okay, usually the first sentence is always the main point. Okay, the sentence after that will be the elaboration of the main point. That means some of it, at least some of the words will be having the same meaning. Okay, and if you're lucky, some of the words, some of the same words are used, okay, in the next sentences. So you look for that. All right, they will give you several sentences to choose from. Okay, what you need is 6 sentences. 2 of them here is wrong actually. Okay, so you have to read very carefully and then look for clues, right, between the choice sentences given to you and what is in front and behind the empty boxes. All right, okay, let's do the first one. 27. Okay, the sentence before says the Rotary Club wanted to help students with their career choice. And then the sentence after that say, I'm happy to report that all my expectations were met. Okay, so what do you think is the answer? Is it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or H? Can all of you hear me? C. Anybody else? Syariffah, C. Then Urusaini, C. C is I had a lot of expectation before the actual event. Nunazira also C. Okay. Ruvina also C. Amir C. Anybody else? Okay. So far, many of you answered C. Probably because of the words expectation there, right? Okay. So, like I said, you look for the clues. Okay. So, the answer, yes, correct. It is C. Okay. Because the sentence after that, after 27, has the word expectation there. Like I said, it is sometimes you can see repeated sentences. If there's no repeated sentences, you can look for sentences that have the same or similar meaning. Okay, that's one way to find answers in this type of question. All right, let's try the next one. Box 28. Okay, look at the sentences before it. I was lucky enough to spend time with him as he carried on with some of his ongoing research on cultivating sea cucumbers for commercial purposes. Okay. And the one after that says, this formula would increase the harvest of sea cucumbers and improve the livelihood of the villagers where working in the industry, in this industry. Okay, like I said before, look for anything similar to the sentence before and after. Okay, if you cannot find any same words, find for words that has the similar or same meaning. If you cannot find that, find a bunch of words that have a similar meaning to the one word or the bunch of words in the sentences before or after. Right? So what do you think is the answer for box 28? Okay, we already answered C, so it's B, either is A, B, D, E, F, G, or H. Anybody? D. Yeah, FIFA D. Anybody else? D, D. Anything else? Okay. Muhammad D. Ayati D. Anybody else? Amira Wafia D. Okay, Al Mukarrabin D. Azwan D. Subina also D. Okay, what was the clue here? Rujai Nadia also D. Yes, the answer is correct. The answer is D. His team was developing a special liquid growth formula. Okay, his team was developing special growth formula. Right? The clue would be the increase lah. Increase the harvest of the sea cucumbers. Okay, that should be the logical sentence. Okay, that should be before it lah. Okay, growth formula, increase the harvest. Right? Next, box 29. Like before, read the sentence before and read the sentence after. Some were working on converting paddy husk into biodegradable plates. Others were making straws from young coconut leaves. I thought all the projects were fascinating. Okay, so what is in 29? It should be related to either the first sentence or the second, or both maybe. Okay, so what is the answer? So D, you can scratch out D, you can scratch out C, so it's A, B, E, F, G, or H. So which one is it? Okay, E, it was wonderful to see how scientists can make impact. Anybody else? Okay, Zahira E also. Anybody else? Zahira E. Luafina also E. Muhammad Nur Syafiq E. Helmi E. Okay. Rubina also E. Okay, right? It's wonderful to see how scientists can make impact. So this seems to be related to, okay, yeah, all the scientists. Okay, some were working, all the scientists were making impact. That's what he said. Wonderful to see how scientists can make an impact. I thought all the projects were fascinating. Okay, I think it's more related to the sentence before it lah. Right, that's the most logical thing among other sentences that were given. Right? Okay, next box, box 30. Okay, like I said before, read the sentence before and after. I was shy and it was truly a challenge for me to speak up. And sentence after that, however, everyone was very encouraging and I ended up asking so many questions that they had to tell me time was up. Okay, so what is in box 30? What seems to be there? What would be there? Okay, so E can be scratched. What else? A, B, F, G, H. Which one is it? Is it A? Yeah. Anybody else? Nonajia A. Muhammad Nur Syafiq A. Yep. Okay, Hayati A. Yeah. A seems to be the most logical because, yeah, F definitely seems out of out of context. Okay. G also seems out of context. H also seems out of context. Okay. So the one seems closest is, okay, A and B, but B seems to be out of, if you put it in, doesn't seem to have a flow. So it must be A lah. Okay. So the answer is A, correct. Okay. Next, box 31. I realized that the scientists all had one thing in common. Without this quality, I do not think that they could do their jobs effectively. Okay, so that's the sentence before and after the box. Okay, so which one is the answer? Which one is the answer there? So we can scratch A, C, D, and E. So anybody can answer? Is it B, is it F, is it G, or H? B. Every one of them has high level of patience. How about the others? B also. Alia B. Hayati B. Okay. Anybody else? Azanu B. Okay. Every one of them has high level of patience. Yep. Sarah B. That seems to have the better flow than the other unpicked sentences. Okay. Right. They all have. Each of one of them has high level of patience. Without this quality, I do not think that they could do their job effectively. Okay, so that is the quality that it's talking about. It's related to the first and the sentence after the box. So, one thing in common and quality. Okay, that's the clue. Last one, box 32. Okay, you only have 3 answers left. That one day had great impact on me. Okay, I think this line of work will suit me just fine because I am an introvert and I'm happy with my own company rather than being a social butterfly. Okay. All right. If you don't understand what introvert means somebody who is what do you call it? Like their own company, meaning it's not that he is a loner, but they like to, sorry, they are, we call, more in tune with themselves. Okay. All right. They understand themselves better, but they do not quite understand others as much. Okay. So this kind of people, the introvert people, don't talk very much. Okay. Because usually this kind of people, they speak to themselves lah inside their head. That kind of people. Those are introvert. Okay. Rather than being a social butterfly, that's the opposite of introvert lah. Okay. Understood? All right. So the sentence after that is, this day make me believe even more in my dream of becoming a scientist. Okay. So what do you think is the answer? Right? Out of the remaining sentences, unpicked sentences. Is it F, is it G, or is it H? It strengthens my belief that I'm making the right career choice. F. How about the others? Okay, F. 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 Partly F. Amir also F. Okay. Yeah, I think, yeah, the F is correct because the other two started with they. Okay. But they, any sentence started with they doesn't fit here because this last sentence is the writer commenting on her own self, her own, or pasal I hear he or she, I think it's she. No, it's not stated here. Okay. The writer is talking about his or herself lah, him or herself. All right. So cannot be they here. It will be out of context. Okay. It doesn't have the flow at all. All right. So that's for this type of question. Okay. Should be easy if you know how to find the clues. Just look at the sentence before and after it. Right. That's part 4. Let's look at part 5. All right. Part 5, okay. We interviewed 6 teenagers about what special education means to them. Read the text below and answer the question that's followed. Okay. All right. So these are some opinions or views of the interviewed teenagers. Okay. Okay. So there are how many? 6 of them. All right. So you have to read this carefully first and then look at the questions in the next page. Okay. Which paragraph A to F describes the following experiences of special education? Mark your answer on the separate answer sheet. Okay, that's usual. All right. So basically, the 4 statements here in 34, 33, 34, 35, and 36 is basically, what do you call it? A short form or no, more like a conclusion or a short way to say, okay, a concise statement of the previous paragraph statement by the teenagers. Okay, so which teenagers, which of these generalized statements, okay, actually represent in which teenagers views on things, on special education. Okay. Or what they say about special education lah. All right. So 33. I attend special education school. So which one is it? C. Okay. Anybody else? C. Kimpa. Rani C. Zaira C. Anybody else? Ayati C. Nurin Aina C. Anybody else? Messi. Anybody else? Alif C. Right. Alright. Kimpa said, I hated going to the primary school because I was bullied a lot. Some of my classmates called me stupid because I'm a slow learner. However, in Form 1, my class teacher advised my parents to put in special education classes. I am in a smaller class now and I'm enjoying my lessons. So, that should be the one most fit with the general statement. I attend special education school. Yes, the answer is correct. The answer is 33. The 43 is C. Okay, next. I want to be a special education teacher. 34. So, which teenager is it? Any answer? So, you can scratch Kimpa lah. Look for anything similar to the statement or anything, we call it a generalized statement, meaning they change a bunch of words into one word lah. Okay, the family word of the certain things lah. In terms of C just now, they have the special education. That is the same as the answer. That's the question. So which one? F? Anybody else? F? F? Ani F? Hayati F? Ani just now F. Najiha F? Okay, Lian. My cousin Edna and I are the same age. When we were young, I noticed that Edna could not run, play, or tie her own shoelaces easily, unlike me. She also didn't speak in full sentences. Instead, she used just a few words to tell us what she wanted. Someday, I hope to study about special education in university, so can I help other children like my cousin. Okay? So that one, see, I wanted to be a special education teacher. So that one is the closest lah. Okay, good. Okay, the answer is F. Yes, the answer is correct, F. 35. I have a sibling who needs special education. Okay, so which one of teenagers are? So F you can scratch F. Okay, so you should look for something similar lah. All right, I have a sibling. Sibling means brother or sister. Okay, so which one is it? Okay, I have a sibling who needs special education. B. B is anybody else? B. Hayati B. Alia B. Zulfaizi B. Okay. Anybody else? Danish B. Let's look at B. My mother was worried every time my little brother, there's a brother there, wrote letters E and B backwards. Then she told me then he has learning disability called dyslexia. Okay, which means he has problems with reading and writing. I got sad when other children laughed at him and made fun of him. Okay, so there's a sibling relation there. I think there is nothing else, no other teenagers that says anything about their siblings. Only B. Yeah, okay. So many of your answers B. Yes, the answer is correct, B. 35 is B. Okay, Annie. All right. Let's look at the last one for this part, this section. 36. I did a project that gave me a better understanding about the topic. Okay, a project, that should be what you should look for. Okay, what is similar to project in the statement by the teenagers? So which one is it? Which one is it? Okay, you can scratch B. The one that you can scratch. So project. So what's the answer, you think? D. Nur Najadi, Nur Husaini D, Hani Wadina D, Amir Sidik D, Sarah D. Fazli D. Okay. Okay, let's look at D. Last year, our class assignment was making and selling bookmarks for Autism Awareness Day. At first, we didn't know what autism was, but after we researched it, we realized that not all children are born with good health. Some children are have very serious problems with their movement, speech, and social skills. We were happy to have raised some money and awareness for this cause. Okay, so you think that represented the word project? Okay, making and selling bookmarks. Okay, anything looking at the others? I've been around. Okay, I've been around. My mother E is not. There's no mention anything similar to project here for E. For Azlan, yeah, nothing about projects or anything that may indicate project. Okay, many of you answered D. Yes. Jane, 13 years old, says about project. Okay, so making and selling bookmark project, right? So since the others have been scratched out, we use already, so that's what's left. And Jane is the only one that has anything to say about something indicating a project. Okay, so the answer is correct lah. 36 is B. All right. Next question. All right. Complete the notes below using the information from the text. Okay, meaning the statement from the teenagers. Use no more than one word from the passage for each answer. Okay. So you have to be careful here. Okay, the answer should be only one word. Okay, you must answer only one word. So that means when I ask for your answer, please type only one word. Okay, make sure the spelling is correct because this is actually a sentence completion exercise. That means the sentence here must fit with the the word here, the word in the blanks must fit grammatically with the sentence. Okay, even though the word in the statement of the teenagers is different. You understand? Okay, should be the same word, but the grammar should fit the sentence in your question. Do you understand me? Okay. So it doesn't have to be the same as the text. It has to fit the sentence. The word can be the same. You can take the original word, the root word, okay, and then you look at the sentence that the word has to fit in lah. Okay. So you have to fit this word to the sentence by adjusting the grammar. All right. The present tense, the past tense, is the sentence use present tense? Is the sentence use past tense? Okay. Is it a plural? Is it a singular? Okay, if the answer is a noun word, and so on and so forth. All right. Okay, so let's look at the question. Special needs children will benefit more if they are given personal what? Okay, so that they can learn and improve their own time. Okay, so given the words before and after the blank, okay, personal what here? Personal is an adjective. So that means usually we use adjective before a noun. So 37 must be a noun. Okay, kata benda. Alright. So what should the answer be, do you think? Remember, it has to fit the sentence. If they are given personal, what is a noun? Is it a plural noun? Is it a singular noun? Is it countable noun? Is it uncountable noun? Okay, you have to look at the answer. Give personal what? So that they can learn and improve in their own time. No sign says education. Give personal education. Syariffah, attention. Anybody else? Munajihah, personal attention. Zahira says personal attention. Putri Bals gives personal attention. Nurin Anya says personal attention as well. Ayu says personal attention. Helmi says attention. Anybody else? Yes, attention. Okay, the answer is yes, attention. Okay, Attention. Alright, education cannot fit. Okay, it doesn't actually, it's not logical to be for the education to be put there. Special needs children will benefit more if they are given personal education so that they can learn and improve in their own time. Okay, so education doesn't fit there actually. Okay, personal education actually have a different meaning from giving lessons, personal lesson. Okay, personal education is actually different meaning. Okay, so the fit word here, the word that fits here is personal attention. Okay, maknanya perhatian, perhatian secara pribadi lah. Okay, personal education meaning pembelajaran pribadi, meaning you learn on your own. Okay, you understand? So that actually carries a different meaning from what is needed here. Alright. Next, we should try to emphasize with children in special education. We should try to empathize with children in special education. We should not be dash at or joke about. Okay, so the words before it is a verb. Okay, should not be what at or joke about. Okay, all right. Empathize. If any of you don't understand the meaning of empathize, it comes from the word empathy. Okay, Empathy. Empathy meaning you can feel. Okay, you can say what do you call it? Imagine the feeling of other people. Okay, if you see somebody fall into a ditch or something, you can actually feel their pain like that. Okay, though you can empathize. Okay, and you saw someone very hungry, you also feel sorry because you know how hungry they feel, like that. Those are empathize. Okay, they should not be laughed at with ed. Yes, laugh. Anis Amila laugh ed. Okay, no Syafiq laugh ed. Ama laugh. Okay, correct. Yes, correct. It's laugh with ed because there's the word be here. So the next word should be in a participle form. Okay, the ed is not past tense. It's a participle form. Okay, so root verb cannot be here. Okay, and since be is actually cannot be used on its own, okay, it has to be another verb form here. Okay, so be what? At. So laugh at is the most logical. Okay, that's the one word from the from the statements that you can use. Okay, next. Children with special needs like autism have problems with socializing, motor skills, or what? Okay, so you look at the repetition lah, the This one is a descriptive word. Okay, descriptive noun. Is it a noun? Socializing. Yeah, descriptive noun. Okay, socializing, motor skills, or what? Okay, problem with what? So since the first one is a noun, the second one is a noun, the third one must also be a noun. Okay, so you just have to look at anything that is a noun in the statement. Okay, that indicates a problem with autistic children. Okay, so what is supposed to be the third problem? Socializing, motor skill, or what problem? What is your answer? Problems with what? Okay, problem with socializing, motor skill, or what? So from the statement, what you can get? What word you can use here? Speech, infinitive, speech. Anybody else? No need to answer. Syariffah speech. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else? Norin speech, Muhammad speech. Ayu speech. Okay. Anybody else? Helmi speech. Right. Yes, speech is the answer. Okay. And since speech is actually the problem with speech. Okay. Speech is here is meaning with it's used as a ability. Okay, so you cannot say speeches. Okay, you cannot put plural here. Speeches is speech and speeches. Speech means the ability of speech, because the noun below is actually ability. Socializing is an ability. Okay, motor skills is related to ability. Okay, speech is also an ability. You cannot say speeches because speeches is not an ability. Okay, it's a speech, something you read, something to you use, actually a text speech like that. Okay, all right. So a speech as ability or speech as something you talk about. All right. So the word that is fits here is the speech as an ability. Okay, so you cannot put s. Okay, because you cannot use s to that. So speech as an ability. Okay, last question. Special needs teachers must be very caring, understanding, and what? Okay, just like question before lah, you should look at a similar word. Caring, understanding. Okay, basically they are all gerunds. Patient, yeah. Other than gerunds, they are also all adjectives. So you think adjective should fit. Caring, understanding, and patient. Anybody else have a different idea? No? Everybody answered patient. Yes, patient means sabar here, okay? Patient have a few meanings, okay? The one that we need here is patient as sabar, okay? Not patient as pesakit. So, caring, understanding, and patient. The patient is an adjective, so it should fit in the sentence. Yes, the answer is patient. All right? So those questions are the last part 5. Part 5. What? So I think we should go. Ms Q should take over now.
Hi, all right. Thank you everyone for coming in, for joining in the discussion. I hope it has been a fruitful session for all of you. I've noticed that there are no questions from you regarding paper one. So, in case if you're not aware of yet, those are the format for paper 1 for SPM, the current format for SPM CFR. Okay. So if we don't have any other question, Puan Syariffah, do you want to add anything?
No, I think we can wrap it up. It's already 10:26.
Okay. All right. I think thank you for coming in, and we'll see you in the next session. Bye.